What is up? Smashy here, back with episode 3 of Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. We had 2 successful runs on our first and second run, so let's keep that momentum going. We got some new gear that we get to look at, so we got a strange mixture. It gives us plus 2% static effect damage and 1% lifetime. Doubt we'll use that. This is a weighted thumb scale, and it gives us 1.3% mining speed and 0.8 status effect. Well, let's see. So we have to replace one. I think we like having the weapon range more because we're not really doing anything with status effect at this point in the game. The only thing that we have, I think, is um, the cryo grenade, and that's not that great. So since we're really not going to do that, we're just going to go ahead and sell this just to stay organized. We do have a couple upgrades, so looking at our list here, so we can do luck, movement speed, or artifact rerolls. We're nowhere near doing artifact rerolls, so I think maybe just doing basic luck would be good. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I think we only have like one upgrade for each, so yeah. So what do we want? Do we want armor, mining speed, or fire rate? I think out of these three, I think probably armor, just to try and stay alive more. Critical strike chance or critical damage, we'll just go with the critical strike chance. This one, how much nitra you start with. Or life gain. I'm actually going to take the life gain here, just because this is such a small amount. We'll be able to make it up later, but like, as of right now, like, we really do just want to, be maximizing our chances of survival. Alright, so that being said, we did open up a couple new things. So we're still in Sector 1. We didn't collect 20 red sugar. So I feel like that's happened before, where it's just like, man, I just didn't take enough damage. So if you don't take damage, you don't collect red sugar. Pretty straightforward, but it's kind of funny how that works. So this one, what do we got? So this is the hollow bow. I think that's how you say it. So it's a strange maze of regrowing vines and thorns that is a challenge to navigate for even the most experienced graybeards. If you want to make it to extraction, you'd best keep digging. So you got to complete the dive. You got to mine 250 regenerative vines and then collect 100 nitra. All right, so that sounds pretty interesting. We got the gunner unlocked. I don't know if I want to jump into the gunner. We don't have any other masteries or anything to help us level up. But, so complete any mastery unlock milestone to unlock these missions. Special dives where you can earn permanent bonuses. Eventually we want to get there. Alright. So we'll try and do the hollow bow. Um, if we do the gunner, it's a much different game. I kind of like just being able to stick with the scout. Having that extra little movement speed is pretty good, especially in the beginning where we're really trying to explore a ton, because it's just a whole lot easier to get resources in the beginning. As so, like, look at that, we stepped off the pod and we got 2 out of 6 of our secondary objectives, so that's pretty excellent. We have 3 choices. We have reload speed, damage, and fire rate. In the beginning, I always take damage. Pretty straightforward. I wonder if this is the regrowing vine. Let me see. Yes, though this is the regenerating vines that we need to mine to get our achievement here. So that's pretty simple. I think we should be able to manage that. But before we do that, we're gonna get some gold. Okay, right off the bat, we just we have a legendary critical strike chance at 15%. That's going to take us from 6% up to 21, so that's a pretty big increase. Pretty happy with that. Let's keep exploring. We got some red sugar down here. We don't have the achievement to get all the red sugar on this run, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. Just going to keep going. Got one of these pearls over here. Definitely stop for that because we're still in the beginning of the game and we got to hit all of our meta upgrades. So these red vines here damage you. Once again, we have three choices. We got Titan Springs, movement speed, or damage. Titan Springs is fire rate, by the way. Um, it's a lot easier to just say what the effect does rather than say the titles of them. But yeah, we're gonna go with the damage here. Hopefully, we'll be able to get this supply drop no problem. Oh, look, and there's some gold that we could head to next. So already feeling pretty good. Mine the vines when we can. Alright, so this one we have three things. So we have the chance to just ancient knowledge, which is gain 3 levels now, a gold scanner, which gives us a small chance to find gold when mining any kind of rock, or very similar, the nitra scanner, which you get a small chance to find nitra. Um, I'm going to take the nitra scanner in this instance. I believe there's an achievement that yeah, so we have to collect 100 nitra, which is a nice little bonus, but I think that nitra is just a better resource in general. It lets you kind of get more pips for leveling your guns up. And that's like, nitra is only good for trying to get those up. So, we have choices here. So we have the voltaic stun sweeper, which is a weapon. It's like a boomerang. We haven't actually used that one yet. So that one throws a boomerang that returns to you and it targets the closest enemy. We have done the other two here, which is the Nuke 17 and the jerry-rigged boomstick. I Overall, depending on where we go, I find that the boomstick generally has enough power to kind of keep me in the game, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one. Alright, we got to get out of here because it's getting a little too crowded. So, number one priority is definitely stay alive. So that's fine. We'll go explore somewhere else. I think we're doing pretty good with our... Yeah, look, we're at 189 already. I'm not going to stop for that pearl because we're more than halfway through the level and we haven't really done much exploring, and we still got a long ways to go. So leveled up, we got three choices. We have critical strike chance at 3%, mining at 5%, or fire rate at 15 with a pip towards our GK2. I'm going to take the fire rate on the GK2. If we can get that first overclock, I'd feel pretty good about it. Alright, doubling back. Nice, we found another flower. Some nitra. I wonder if I have a chance to find nitra when I'm digging through the vines. Probably not, because it does say very specifically about going through like rock or minerals. Alright, so I actually have to keep moving. This guy's gonna hurt me if he hits me. Oh shoot, see, I told you. Alright. Alright, this was not the best of moves. In this scenario, so we have the chance between the fire rate on the GK2, 3% critical strike chance, or 30% maximum 30 health, which it also heals you that 30 HP, which is pretty big right now. But I'm still gonna take the fire rate. If we get one more level and we can get our weapon up, that'll be good. We're still at pretty good health. Like we took a hit there and didn't really feel too much of a percentage drop on our health. So I feel pretty comfortable, especially with that and the movement speed. So let's see if we can't navigate our way out of this one. So very cool. I'm gonna take the reload speed on the GK2 over the 35 damage, though that is probably a huge one. So this one we have an interesting choice. So we have the choice of doing more critical strike damage, gives an additional 20%, so that's huge. Or we could do piercing and damage, but at the expense of fire rate. Piercing ends up doing a lot of good, especially with crowds, different kinds of just crowd controlling. Um, so I'm gonna take that one. So like right here, if we fire into that crowd, it's just nice to be able to hit multiple targets, going just to thin the herd essentially. Oh boy. Loot crate. This is all really great stuff. I'm gonna take the 15% damage. I think that is the best one here. We also leveled up, so we can continue doing fire rate, getting the GK2 up, or we can try and do that one. But I think I'm just gonna focus on the GK2 and getting those overclocks. Excellent. So we leveled up again, and we have three options. We have a 6% on reload speed for all my weapons. That's pretty good. Or we could take a rare paint job, and that just gives me 2 pips or 2 levels on my GK2, or we have a critical strike damage, which I'm really not interested in right now. Maybe later in the game, but as of right now, we're just trying to get enough damage to survive. So we got to be able to get through people. Alright, so this is an interesting one because there's nothing that is super good for us. So our 3 choices are critical strike damage, movement speed, or reload speed. All of which are, I mean, the critical strike damage is at 10% because it's uncommon. The other ones are fairly low common. Not really anything to write home about. So let's see what our critical strike damage is already. It's already at 200, so I put it at 212. That's really not that big. I'm going to take the movement speed, which is not a huge difference. But because we already have the... Oh, shoot. No, 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 no. Oh, made it. Too much talking at the end. I have to make a note to myself. Don't talk when... don't talk when the escape pod is there. I forget what it was called. Alright, so... We did end up with a decent amount of gold and nitra, so I'm pretty happy about that. 10% of gold right off the bat, or 10% damage to all kinetic right off the bat. That's excellent. I do think we will take this quality of life upgrade there. That was just for a bigger radius. It looks like we're going to get some more fire rate. I'm not going to waste any of my stuff, even though these are rare. I'm still going to see what I can get on the next one. Alright, so it looks like we got another kinetic damage, so that's excellent for us. Do I want... So I really only get one of these. I'll take the epic piercing over the... I'll go ahead and I'll pin that one, though. I'm not as interested in those. So that way, when we finish our next level, we'll be able to get it. Alright, nice. Alright, so our secondary objective is to collect some morkite. This is my least favorite quest, side job, whatever, of all time. Luckily for us, it only takes like two veins to be able to complete it, and there's 2 veins right here. So we're just going to go and complete it right now. We're just going to actually stand in the vines right there before anything. Alright, so leveled up again. We got 10% fire rate on the GK2, 15% fire rate on the jerry-rigged shotgun. or 2% movement speed. We're going to take the fire rate. That's where we're at right now. That gives us one more pip until we get another overclock. We're going to try to get over to that loot bug. But I had to keep moving because these guys like to follow you around and they're not so easy to kill. Just one of those facts of life. Not everybody's easy to kill. Takes them a while. Gotta run away. Alright, let's see if we can't get one of those guys to explode. Nice. Gotta get the loot bug. Got him! Alright, there is a supply drop above me. Alright, took a little bit of damage. All worth it for the loot bugs. Alright, let's see if we can make them explode. Nice. So we have 3 options. We got 2% movement speed, 10% reload speed on the GK2, or 10% or 15% reload speed on the Jerry Rigged shotgun. We're gonna keep sticking with the GK2. So we have the same one as last time, where we can increase the critical strike chance and the critical strike damage, or we could just do a straight up damage increase and reload. So we're just going to do that because if we had higher critical strike chance, kind of like in later builds, then I would do that, but because we don't, it's just probably like better to take the overall damage increase, because 100% of that damage increase happens like every time, where it's like the other one is, yeah, you have a chance of doing more damage, like the ceiling is higher, but having 100% on just every single shot is just hard to beat. Alright, so this is okay. So if we wanted to get 3 max HP when collecting red sugar, or we could just take the Vita mineral pills. I think I am just going to take the 5%. No, I'm going to take the red sugar cube. And the reason is because if I take this vitamin, how do you even say it? Vitaminer pills. It increases your health by 5%, which at this point, because my maximum health is not very high, does not do very much for me. It does increase the healing granted on leveling up, but this one I think will do me more in the long run, and by being able to take a little bit more now, or get a little bit of a maximum health increase now, when I do get that later. Ooh, so this is a cool one. So we got a 12% critical strike chance increase. That's huge. You saw like all the other ones where we try to do it and it's like 3%. So this is like 4 times that much. So it's like taking 4 of those in one. And we got another Titan Springs, which is a fire rate for the shotgun, or 15% reload speed to all medium items or weapons. So, which is like that's actually pretty good, but I'm gonna take the critical strike chance. It makes me actually kind of wonder if I took the right overclock, but it was all gain, so that's fine. So we're at 33% on our critical strike chance, which I'm pretty happy with, it being like our 3rd run or so. Gotta be real careful though. So we are... Alright, so this one we have a choice between the cryo grenade, the stun sweeper, or the M1000. I'm gonna take the cryo grenade as a precautionary, because we need some kind of crowd control, and it really will. When things start to get dicey for us, it'll come in handy, and we'll feel the difference. We're on the search for any kind of red sugar though, because we really want to, 1, heal up, and then 2, increase our maximum HP. Dang it. So Big Boss is out, so we gotta try to escape him, while at the same time trying to find some red sugar, trying to find more nitra, trying to find more gold. Here's some. Alright, took some damage there from that explodey guy. Try not to do that again. Alright, I don't think we could stick around. Alright, well, we found some. Let's see if we can get out of here. Yeah, we escaped, so that's good. Looks like they blew up that nitro for me. Alright, level up again. We got critical strike damage, 15 max HP, and reload speed. This one, I think... Where are we at? I'll take the reload speed. I think I'm okay on the other stuff. Yeah, we're doing decent damage to the boss here, so I'm not worried about kind of going into overtime. In each run, there's this risk of taking too long that the aliens just get too strong and they overrun you. It's definitely something that is you have to watch out for, because if you're not dealing enough damage, you just, like, the clock ends up getting you. Ah, interesting. Okay, so the loot crate is a 6% movement speed, 30 gold, or just increasing our level up by 2. I'm not really interested in increasing my level by 2 on that one, but I think I will take the movement speed. We got a level up, and we got 15 max HP, 10% damage on the GK2, and 3% on the reload speed. I'm going to take bigger cogs. That's been working for us so far, and oh boy, I'm totally risking this one. Alright. Hopefully we can make it back in time, because I definitely took a risk by getting that extra nitra at the end. Hope it was worth it. Well, I made it in time, so that's good. Nice! Okay, so level 3, or shop number 3, we got legendary movement speed. We're definitely going to take that one. We are going to be so quick, they're not going to know what to do with us. This piercing is nice, but I think I just want to get these two. I'm going to take the damage, actually. Weapon range and weapon damage. I'll take that as well. We'll reload, or... Ooh, increase all projectile damage? That's really good for us. All kinetic damage? What? That's even better. Okay, so that's pretty good. Do we want to pin any of these leftover ones? I guess the damage is pretty good. It's better for us later, too, if we get to level 25. It hits 4 weapons instead of just 3. Nice, so we got some gold right as we step out. Everybody loves getting a little bit of gold. We got the Morkite secondary achievement as well. That's not as cool, but hey, we'll do it. Alright, it's a job. Looks like there's a pretty big vein up here. We're gonna get this just cause I'm not following my own priority list. Ooh, look at that, another loot bug up here. Back on the priority list. Alright, we got him. Let's see if we can't get to... Wow, you see how much work that shotgun's doing? This one I am going to take the kinetic on both. Just being able to really amp up the damage is huge. Because I feel like maybe on these lower difficulties, like I'm getting hit, but they don't hit very hard. So if I could just kill them before they can even get close to me, I feel like I'm ahead of the game. Alright, I'll come back for this supply drop. Alright, so like I was saying, we could get the max HP now. I think that's probably a safe bet. It'll probably end up doing a lot in the long run. Oh, look at this. We got a, I don't know if I'm doing enough damage to kill him, but we're going to try. Whoa. Dodging bubbles. This guy's over here just spitting at us. What the heck?
The swarm's heading your way. Load up.
Alright, let's see. Swarm is heading my way. Yikes. Took some damage there. Ooh, a 20% legendary increase. That's awesome. I'll read everything. So we got 25% reload speed for the shotgun, 10% damage on our grenade, or 20% damage on everything. We're definitely going with the 20% damage on everything. Like, what a gift. Let's see. So we got 10% damage on the GK2 with another pip going there. Bigger or 15 damage on our grenade or 4% movement speed. We're not going to take any more movement speed for a while. We just got that legendary one. So let's go ahead and take the 10% damage on the GK2. And we're really close to just having that one up to level 18. Nice. So we got the Hoarder. So this is an interesting. Do I think that I will get more nitra with the scanner, or do I think I'll get more just 30 right off the bat? I'm gonna I'm gonna take this one. I already have another one, which they stack, which is kind of cool. It's gonna be kind of hard to figure out, like how much they stack. All right, so I'm gonna take the damage here. Oh boy, there's a lot going on over there. It's getting a little bit too crowded for me. Alright, I have to double back because there was some resources up there and I just can't leave that on the table. There you go. Oh look, got some max HP too. Don't worry, we'll just lose HP, then get it back. So we got three choices. We got critical damage at 5%, 30% or 30 max HP, or 10% fire rate on the GK2. We're gonna take the GK2. We're actually gonna do that twice in a row. Just try to level up the GK2. So we'll take 10% damage on our shotguns. Sorry, I went through that stuff really quickly. I just was starting to feel like I was kind of being a little bit repetitive with it. Okay, so for our last weapon, a couple really good stuff. This one is good. The M1000. Yeah, I'll just take that one. It's just really good at any kind of single target damage. I mean, eventually you can get piercing for it to help it kind of be a little bit more useful in all situations, but oh, I'm not worried. Let's see. Yeah, we'll definitely just take. So this is an interesting pick. So we hit our level 18 overclock. So we have two. We have the favorite, which gives you 100% damage and 100% fire rate, but all other weapons get minus 30% damage and minus 30% fire rate. So that's definitely a downside. Or we could do lead wrapped ammo, which gives us 150 damage, but a minus to fire rate and a minus to reload speed. But I think incrementally, like giving all of our other weapons minus 30 damage and minus 30 fire rate is pretty bad. So I'm just gonna take the one that like it does a little bit more here, but I think we'll be able to make do. Yeah, Because our other guns do, they do a decent amount of damage. I'm also just super quick. Like, this is great. Like, I don't feel like I'm at risk at all. This boss is way too far away. I might even get hurt a little bit so I can heal up my maximum health. And then I accidentally killed the boss. Cool. Alright, come on, let me through, let me through. I think I'll go ahead and take that. Do I need more kinetic damage at this point, or I'm gonna start taking defensive spells, so I'm gonna do the increase to health here, because I'm killing everybody relatively quickly. I've reached that that threshold. Yeah, we did pretty good. Got 121 gold and 83 nitra, so a couple upgrades coming our way. Alright, so we are going to take that 5% damage to everything.
Now this is a rare treat. Next.
Alright. So what do we got? Looks like we got to make a choice, essentially. If we want one of these or if we want to do a reroll. I think we are going to reroll.
A gorgeous gun for a gorgeous dwarf. Surely next time will be better.
Yeah, so we only got this one.
Dibbity dips.
But we did get this. It's, well, we could reroll again. Nah, I don't think that's worth it. We'll just take what we can. Well, we got 37 left over, so that's a bummer. Hopefully we'll be able to spend it on the next go around. Alright. So we gotta collect mushrooms on this one. It's always a fun time going around collecting mushrooms.
I made the right choice. This coming route.
You know, it's very just one of those things. Connection to nature. Makes you feel good about life in general. I don't know what I'm saying. I really don't know anything about mushroom collecting or gathering. I eat them, and that's great. Mushrooms are delicious. I don't know how these ones are. Alright, no real... There we go. Found a little bit more gold. We're doing pretty good with our resource collecting. Already hit 2 gold veins and 7 on our secondary objective, more than halfway. Oh, let's see. Let's go ahead and take the critical strike chance at this point.
Swarm detected. Get ready. They'll be with you shortly.
Alright, let's see if we can raise our max HP. Oh, it hurt. Nice, we did it. Alright. Okay. Just had to run through this maze real casually. That was crazy. There's a magnet. Ooh. Oh dang, they're spitting bubbles. You know it's real when they're spitting bubbles. I wonder if I can double back and get that magnet. I probably can once it clears.
Never felt better. One down.
Oof.
Big swarm detected. Buggerman, get ready.
Alright, let's take reload speed on the grenade. We could be doing a way better job leveling up our grenade. Whoa, that's a lot. The grenade does do a lot of work later, especially if you could just freeze them. Fire rate on the grenade or on the shotgun is not really that good. Reload speed on the M1000 is pretty good because it does have a pretty long reload time. Alright, damage fire rate. I think we'll just take the damage. Nothing wrong with getting better damage on your main weapon. Ooh, look, some loot bugs.
Bring the pie.
It's still, I feel like it bothers me a little bit that loot bugs take like 0 damage from any of the environmental stuff or AoE stuff, but died at 2 swings of my pickaxe. Dang, I was trying to get back to that magnet. Oh man, these bubbles, dude, leave me alone, bubbles. Okay, all right, I'm not interested in that. Yeah, we'll take a 5% on everything. Nice. Dodge that bubble. Oof, oof, oof. Dang. Alright, let's... This is about to get a little crazy. Alright, well...
Feels like a brand new gun now. Put a bit of extra.
Sorry, I made those decisions really quickly. We're probably going to get a couple level ups here. So let's think. Reload speed or just more damage on our grenade? I'm going to take more damage on the grenade. Reload speed is just top notch for the grenade because that's its biggest weakness. Reload speed for the grenade once again. Oof. Okay, so this one's kind of nice. I am going to get the paint job for the shotgun because it gets really close to having another overclock. But we did get another overclock with the grenade. We don't dig that fast. But we do run fast, so we are going to make sure that the grenades do damage to the terrain as well. We're going to take the rare 45 max health on this one over the fire rates. Surviving is still like our #1 priority, so anything that really helps us towards that. We're at the point in the game where we could just die to damage, so we have to be real careful. We didn't really do a very good job exploring this one, as the boss is almost already dead, and we haven't really collected a lot of resources. I'm gonna take the nitra finding ability again, cause they stack.
All tasks complete. Stage finished. The drop pod is prepped and ready. Get on it before it leaves.
Alright, so we opened up the loot crate. We got 3 epic things. We have 20% reload speed for all mediums, 9% movement speed just for myself, or 20% kinetic damage, and that affects the GK2, the shotgun, and the M1000. I'm going to take the damage.
Oh yeah, now
I'm going to take the armor. Well, I got to level up, and I got 25% damage to my GK2, which is a great upgrade. Extra padding at 6, give me 6 armor. I'm going to take the armor here because I know that I'm already dealing enough damage to deal with anything that comes our way. I'm glad we were able to pick up our secondary objective, as we are about to go to the end game. This is last level here. Alright, yeah. Looks like we did pretty good. Could have done a little bit more nitra, but still alright. Look at that, fire rate. That one's okay, but we're still going to take it.
upgrade. How can we not?
Oof. Change the damage type to electrical or change it to cold. I'm going to change it to electrical.
Overclock, my favorite type of clock.
And then what we got? Damage here, damage for the M1000,
Better dwarf.
damage here, pickup radius.
What else we got?
Status effect, that's awful. Yeah, let's just reroll.
Options.
Reload speed on all medium and a status effect.
I'm raring to try
Yep,
this
that's
out.
what we're taking. So we really, like, the status effect only affects one thing. But we did a really good job of using all of our resources, so any advantage is an advantage, or any gain, like, everything counts, so I definitely won't knock it or anything. I will say that mining, loot bugs, and other things is way less effective on the final round here. getting the meta minerals is not, because we are still building up our metagame, getting us stronger each run, and gotta prioritize it or it doesn't happen. I don't know if I like the shotgun. Look at it do all this little teeny weeny damage. Ooh, nice. With the electricity. Alright, we'll take a 5% damage across the board with that level up. Get some of this meta minerals. Keep exploring. In this one, there's really not... I'm not too interested in getting a bunch of gold or nitra. I really just gotta focus on finishing. Sometimes it's actually better to try to like crack all the eggs before, or as soon as you can, to save you time so that you don't go into kind of overtime where the aliens start to get a lot stronger. I think that's reasonable. I'm gonna stop and get this gold anyway, because you want to know why? Because I'm a dwarf. And that's just what I do. I just kind of stopped there to see if I could kill them. Our damage is still a little bit lacking. Alright, they got some bubble spitters out there. I think I'm gonna take the 80 life and regen. Ooh, a magnet. You don't say. A little bit late for that 15% XP gain, but nice to see. So 15% on all projectile damage. Yeah, that's pretty good for us. We'll go ahead and take that. We are looking for every inch of advantage we can possibly get. Nice. Well, there's one down. I kind of lost my direction here of where I was going. Can I get hit? Nice, I got hit. What's nice about the cryo grenade is when they're frozen like that, they can't hit you. Yeah? I'll take the reload. The fire rate is... It fires 2 shots. And they're pretty quick already, so I don't think I really need to prioritize fire rate on the shotgun. But reload speed is definitely where it's at with that. There it is. Come on. Uh-oh. Big boy's out. Okay, so big boy's out. Something I like to do is kind of get to a big enough area that I feel comfortable kind of just being able to run in circles. I know that's super lame, but it feels like that's what I gotta do. Oh, shoot. Alright, we gotta go through here. Increase to all kinetic damage. Or we could try to get more reload speed on that. I probably should have got the damage, but I think there's a part of me that thought, oh, maybe I can get the shotgun up to level 18 before this run ends. Which I don't actually, in hindsight, I don't think that was a very clear a very clear line that we could have taken. So we're not dealing a ton of damage, unfortunately. So we gotta figure something out because these guys are adding up. And as soon as I hear the "hurry it up, son, the aliens are getting stronger," I forget what he says. Shoot. Alright, well, they did one kind of like transformation there, so that's not nothing. Ooh, that was not good. That was not good. If this was on any higher difficulty, we would probably be dead. Just turns out having a giant dude jump on top of you. I don't know if we dodged that or whatever, but we did not take any damage on that.
Give me that.
Blow up. Got him. Alright. Use my super advanced tactic, which is hold hold down run and just run in circles. That's, don't gotta be fancy to do what we do. Just gotta be effective. Let's see. Do we want more? We want more damage on the M1000. The grenades are not that good at damage, but they are really good at freezing things. So let's let them just continue to freeze things. Yo, that guy just double jumped. What is this guy's problem? Double jumping. He's, dang it. Yeah, see, this is what I was afraid of. I mean, we've got them more than halfway, so that's a thing. But now we have to deal with all these new bugs that are coming in, and they're coming in with more health. Shoot. Yeah, I would have died like 15 times if this was any higher of a difficulty, but I think we're just getting lucky that we put our so much skills into defensive stuff, so. But on the flip side, it's also very hard to deal damage to this guy. Okay, one down. If we can get one, we can get two.
I'm raring to try this out.
Need to move it. The bugs are evolving.
What? I'm over here dodging meteors, and you're like, oh, the bugs are evolving? Come on, man, give me a break. No! Just do a little bit more. They got us cornered. See, this is what I mean, like,
Growing stronger.
they just get to...
Dreadnought wiped out. Good work, team. Objective completed. All tasks complete. Stage finished.
I'm just gunning it.
And ready? Get on it before it leaves.
That was...
Very
I don't know.
well done, Miner. Bring it back to victory.
I don't know how we got through that at the end. I just held forward and hoped for the best. I don't think that would work on higher difficulties, but it worked right there. Nice. So we got some new stuff. We got a new class mod. So we got the recon unlocked for the scout. Got our gear level bonus, so that's really cool. Getting that increase, we got to increase your gear level, so they'll let you into the raid. Yeah. New gear found, so we got a couple new ones. We could go and check those out at the beginning of the next episode. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one.